Hello, my name is Anupam Chandra. I'm a consultant doctor at Akershus University Hospital. We have made information videos on COVID-19 for transplant recipients and persons with chronic kidney disease. I will present to you several websites that offer comprehensible, accurate, and updated information on the coronavirus and the coronavirus pandemic. This video is tailored for three groups in particular. 1. Non-Norwegian persons that find it difficult to find relevant information in their own native tongue. 2. Persons seeking websites with accurate and updated information. 3. Persons who find the current situation with an abundance of information overwhelming and need help to distinguish facts from fake news. I also recommended that you watch the videos with general information on COVID-19 and the videos with tailored information on COVID-19 for persons with chronic kidney disease and transplant recipients. There is an abundance of information about the coronavirus in the world today, and it can simply become too much. The man in the top right corner is Anthony Giddens, and he introduced the terms digidemic and infodemic to describe the surplus of information we experience during the corona pandemic, where it can be hard to distinguish facts from fake news. It makes it harder for us to do the right choices. We risk losing interest, stop following infection control advice, and stop caring about how this behavior might put ourselves and other persons at risk of catching the virus. This coronavirus infodemic fatigue can actually make us less informed and less capable of fighting this pandemic. One way of this is to find good websites that you can rely on, and we start with our favorites. The Norwegian Women's Public Health Association has come up with a great website where you can follow the link Om Corona to get to information videos with simple take-home messages in several languages. Norwegian health authorities have several websites that you need to familiarize with, and the Norwegian Institute of Public Health website is probably the most important of them. It contains information on several topics related to coronavirus, COVID-19 and the corona pandemic. Although layout on this site has changed for the better during the years, many still find it somewhat challenging to navigate to the information that you are looking for on this site, particularly information in other languages than Norwegian and English. We recommend that you seek out this box, Coronavirus Fakta, Råd og Tiltak, We recommend that you seek out this box, Coronavirus Fakta, Råd og Tiltak, with facts about the coronavirus and infection control advice. Here you can click to the link, Kommunikasjonstiltak. It contains information in several languages, including films for those who prefer auditive over written information. It takes 4 clicks to navigate to this link. Therefore, you might prefer this website instead. The Norwegian Directorate of Health has gathered a lot of information on COVID-19, and you switch language by clicking on the link to your native tongue to the left. A similar website is made by the Directorate of Integration and Diversity. This site is targeted to those who help persons from other cultures find relevant information on the internet as part of their job. However, this site is rather intuitive, so you will manage just fine on your own. It provides a broad range of relevant information. If you are looking for information that is easier to comprehend, the National Center of Multicultural Education site or the TV2 Elevkanal might work better. Or you can go back to a site we recommended to you first, the Norwegian Women's Public Health Association website. Browsing the National Health Authority website is, however, not enough. You should also visit your kommune, that's your municipality, website to find out what specific rules and regulations apply to where you live. Many strict infection controls measures only apply to large cities and the municipalities surrounding Oslo. Many municipalities have made very fine websites indeed and translated relevant information to several languages. Like this fine example from Skien kommune. Look it up and familiarize yourself with your municipality website. Another website you should be familiar with is helsenorge.no. Here you can order an appointment for a coronavirus test and look up the test results afterwards. This site also contains a link to a site on mental health that we recommend. It provides advice on how to avoid social isolation and loneliness in these troubled times. We should also attend to our children's need for information, and it's hard to know how to best address the topic coronavirus and pandemic to children. The organization Save the Children Norway, also known as Redd Barna, offers some advice to their website. This pandemic has also brought about economical and social problems that for some has led to major family conflicts, violence, and neglect. If you are facing several challenges in your life like violence, abuse, or neglect, we strongly advise you to seek help. Hopefully, you will find the Norwegian Centers for Violence and Traumatic Stress Studies website also useful. It also contains a link to another website from the same center called the National Guideline regarding violence and abuse. These sites include telephone numbers that you can contact to receive advice or to get more urgent help during crisis. The corona pandemic has led to major changes in our society. Many have either lost their jobs or are suspended. Many struggle with economical problems. NAV has a website that gives an overview of what they can offer, and you can, for instance, click the link Økonomisk sosialhjelp if you need economical help during this pandemic. The Norwegian Directorate for Education and Training website contains information about national guidelines regarding schools and kindergartens that apply to the whole country. But you need to visit the website of your school and kindergarten to exactly know how this plays where you live. Many wonder whether they can plan trips abroad for 2021, if it will be possible to receive visitors from other countries, and if so, for how long do the visitors from other countries need to quarantine upon arrival to Norway. You find relevant information on the Norwegian government's website by clicking the link UDs reiseinformasjon. There has been quite a few cases of coronavirus spreading for persons living in another country who come to work in Norway. Therefore, it's important that they test themselves for coronavirus before they travel to Norway and upon arrival to Norway. National health authorities in many countries report to the WHO. Their website, who.int, contains a lot of information, but it's still quite easy to navigate, and you may find reports from various regions on number of COVID-19 cases and what measures they do to fight the pandemic. WHO has also made an information video on the coronavirus that you can find on YouTube. In just a few minutes, this video gives a fine introduction about the virus and the status of the pandemic. It is also worthwhile to visit another YouTube presentation by Elizabeth Cox for TED Talk. You may find thorough written information on Wikipedia and up to date. For those who prefer auditive over written information and still want to know a lot, should consider listening to a podcast about the coronavirus at Aftenposten forklart. Many use TV and newspaper for their source of information, which is fair enough. But we do suggest that you visit some of these recommended websites as well. In Norway, there is a newspaper targeted at non-Norwegians called Utrop. It contains material in what they call easy Norwegian, that is short, simple sentences without a lot of tricky words. They have put a lot of focus on the coronavirus pandemic and report about the status of the pandemic in various regions in the world. We recommend that you avoid using foreign newspapers and TV as your primary source of information about the coronavirus and corona pandemic. The situation in many countries do not apply to Norway, including other Nordic countries, nor does their infection control measures. Many patients miss sources of information on the coronavirus and the Covid-19 tailored to kidney disease and organ transplantation. The LNT website offers some information, but we recommend that you also visit the website of the National Kidney Foundation in USA and Kidney Care UK from Great Britain, two large organizations with up-to-date patient information in English. Both these sites contain a section with questions and answers that you might find informative. However, keep in mind that the status of the corona pandemic differ a lot between these countries and Norway. And some infection control advice given on these sites therefore seem a bit too strict for us. We have to deal with an abundance of coronavirus information every day, and it's tempting to stop listening. We have recommended a large number of websites, but you need to figure out for yourself which of these you feel are relevant for you. We hope that this video has made it easier to know where to seek information about coronavirus and the corona pandemic next time you need it. Thank you for watching this video, and feel free to recommend it to other persons you might think will find it useful.